film last night. I thought you both were fantastic in your performances.
Thank you.
So beautiful.
Thank you.
And Armie, can you please talk about the preparation for this role?
I
I did feel like it felt like something.
I'm being set up for
Something
something now.
controversial is
He
going
is
on.
such like an intimate, such a good person, a great professor, very understanding in the early 80s.
Who?
Your character, Oliver, yes.
Yeah, it was just, it's a, to be honest, it's a great character. I mean, you should always love your characters, right? And I did. I thought he was such a interesting, complicated, confident yet scared. He just had like a lot of duality in him. And I liked that. I understood a lot of sort of his putting on,
A facade.
Yeah, of like, everything's great, I feel great, like all that, even though you don't feel that way all the time. Like, I get that that's a big part of Oliver, and I just want to give him a hug, you know? Professor Perlman. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh my goodness, you're bigger than your picture.
Well, I couldn't get all of me in the photo, that's the problem.
Très confiant, hein?
Mrs. Perlman.
Annella.
Oliver, very nice to meet you. Thank you for having me in your home.
Ma dov'è Elio?
Je vais descendre.
Elio!
You must be exhausted.
What gave me away?
I mean, and watching you both perform together, I'm like, this is the best film I've seen so far of 2017. So
Cool, thank you.
Timothy, please talk about the character that you portray, Elio. He has this slow burn passion for his love, but afraid, because he's young, he's 17, you know, and he doesn't know how to express it. And what I like most about your characters is that he's pretty considerate himself. He's very artistic, very creative. Can you talk about the preparation of those piano scenes and the guitar scene that you played?
Yeah, well, that was the biggest part of the pre-production process for me, was getting out to Italy in advance and having the piano lessons and the Italian lessons and the guitar lessons and trying to get them somewhat to the level that it's described to in Andre Osman's novel, because Elio really is described as sort of a wonderkind as it relates to a lot of these subjects that you describe. And as far as jumping on the project, you know, for a young person, you don't really read roles like this ever, that are this complex and contradictory and confused and lonely and bashful and in love. It seemed like the opportunity to play like 6,000 different things over the course of a movie, so I leapt at it. And also the opportunity to work with Armie and you know, a lot of actors my age, a lot of people my age, consider The Social Network to be a very formative movie, and it captured a time period very specifically, and it's very much the social media movie in a lot of ways. So, and then there's a James Ivory screenplay at play too, and then the opportunity to act over Sufjan Stevens' music. These things don't come around every day, if ever.
Did you think your character Oliver, because it's in the early 80s, do you think he's somewhat confused, or he knows what he's doing, but he really can't be himself, live a truthful life? Afraid that he would lose everything that he worked so hard for?
Yeah, and also, you know, I mean, there's the one line in the script where it references how his dad would react to it versus how Professor Perlman reacted to it. I think there's a lot of play at why, you know, when you look at it, like on the surface, you think, you know, oh, he's the older, more confident, you know, more self-assured one. But in reality, Elio's the one who's got the bravery and self-confidence to say, no, this is what I feel, this is what I believe, I'm willing to accept that. And it's Oliver who can't bring himself to do that, in a way. You know?
If you both have to pick a book that you love to read, can you pick one book that you can read over and over again?
I can read Kurt Vonnegut over and over again. I love Slaughterhouse-Five, Cat's Cradle, and Breakfast of Champions.
How about you?
Perks of Being a Wallflower, The Death of Ivan Ilyich by Tolstoy, 1984 by George Orwell, and that one I want to read again and again, but a classic.
Professor Perlman. Thank you so much.
So nice.
Très confiant, hein? I can show you around.
That'd be great. Thank you. So what do you do around here?
Read books, transcribe music, swim at the river, go out at night.
Sounds fun. All right, later.
Sicuramente è meglio di quello dell'anno scorso.
Just watch, this is how we'll say goodbye to us when the time comes. later.
Meanwhile, we'll have to put up with him for 6 long weeks.
Muscles are firm. Not a straight body in these statues. They're all curved. Sometimes impossibly curved, and so nonchalant, hence their ageless ambiguity, as if they're daring you to desire them.
Oh, to see without my eyes, the first time that you give,
Is there anything you don't know?
boundless by the time I cry.
You only knew how little I know about the things that matter.
Build your walls around,
What things that matter?
white noise, what an awful sound.
You know what things.
Tumbling by
You
road,
saying what I think you're saying?
feel my feet above the ground.
Shouldn't have said anything.
Just pretend you never did.
Nature has cunning ways of finding our weakest spot.
Blessed be the mystery of love.
Call me by your name and I'll call you by mine.